Hi, good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to our session for this week, the Power Partner Series. This is Ankur Vora, the co-founder of the Outreach Collective. Today, I am very happy and honored to have with us a very promising, young, dynamic, upcoming company called Univisor. They have been a TOC member for quite some time now, I think ever since our inception. And I've had the opportunity of speaking with the founder, Ismail, on a couple of occasions, and I really liked his idea. I think he is what he's trying to do at Univisor, and what the team Univisor is trying to do is the future of university admissions and outreach space, integrating technology with the lived student experiences and giving the prospective students and parents an insight into a university ecosystem apart from the marketing brochures or the website that they see uh, in their regular interactions with universities. They have been doing some fantastic work, and I'm afraid Ismail today is not able to do the session because of an urgent personal emergency, but we have their director for marketing, Mr. Kishore, who will be taking this really interesting session forward. And I really love their first slide. I am excited and intrigued by how and in what shape this presentation is going to take form. But I'm really excited and looking forward to presentation, Mr. Kishle. Over to you. All the very best.
Thank you, Mr. Ankur. I hope I'm audible to you and the rest of the members.
Yeah, perfectly audible. Go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, apologies on behalf of Ismail, who has not been able to conduct the session. He was originally going to take the session, but it's not a very unfortunate reason. I mean, they are expecting as a couple, Ismail and his wife, and they are in the hospital right now as we speak, or getting admitted today. So we wish them all the best. And yeah, so moving on to Univisor and the whole and sole reason of me being here for this session is primarily to just speak to you guys and talk more about our product. But in general, there is a genuine problem or a gap per se that exists in educational recruitment, so to speak. And that is what we are trying to address here through Univisor. So as you can see, the first slide here, there's a reason that we don't use bullock carts anymore. But before we get into it, I am not sure about the age group of the people here, but I am sure there are a few parents who are looking for admissions for their wards, or who have in the past searched for universities or colleges or schools. So if you have, and you think you have all, and I would want you to go back to that experience where you were looking for a college for your son or your daughter, or a school for your son and a daughter, or yourself, so to speak, if you are a young guy of who has recently graduated. So what exactly was the research that you did during your times? Do you think, all the parents here, did you guys speak to, how often it was that you guys spoke to an alumni? Can I just get an answer in the chat box? Like, how many of you actually tried to connect with an alumni or an existing student when you were researching for a university? So Ankur said he did. Vartika said never, not to not the student or the alumni. Okay, Shivani says yes. Shweta says yes. Bharat says yes, I did. Sankhanil, if I'm pronouncing it right, he also mentions yes. So as we can see, except for Vartika, most of us during our research have spoken to a student, an alumni, apart from the website research that we do, apart from the information shared by the university themselves, apart from the counselors that we speak to, there is always this need to speak to someone who has been in our own shoe to get the right or the most authentic information. The whole idea of trust and transparency suddenly shifts from a website to speaking to a person. And that is a nature of our own. I mean, we just can't get out of it. Even if we go to buy a smallest of the item from the general store, or we do as an important I don't want to say purchase, but to take a step into education, we do want to know what our peers are thinking, are talking about. The reviews, for example, I mean, the importance of reviews have become as important as it gets, especially in the digital age. So there is no hiding away from the fact that peer-to-peer advocacy is very important. And with more and more information available with the digital age, it only gets even more profound, and there are more nuances getting added to it. Now, coming to the first slide, that there is there is a reason why we don't use bullock carts anymore. Easily, it's all about the technology that we are speaking about. And we are at a stage right now, okay, a decade ago, if I was adding this slide and make it more interesting, it would have been a different talk altogether. But here it's mostly about making a connection between this peer-to-peer advocacy and usage of technology there. So if we talk about the education space as such, and we are all into that space itself, we have in some ways or the other already tapped into technology and the usage of technology, be it in the outreach department, where we are using all types of CRMs, from Salesforce to No Paper Forms to Lead Squared. And there are many in the market. When we come to learning, there are different LMSs that we are using. There are different assessment tools we are using during the examinations. During the classrooms, we are using the smart classrooms and all types of tools which are available. Even the subjects, I mean, anti-plagiarism tools have already been there. So we are tapping onto technology. But what is the reason that when it comes to peer-to-peer advocacy, we always have to send a message to a counselor and say, hey, can I speak to one of the students? And the counselor will go manually check through their database and get you a phone number or a WhatsApp number for you to connect. Or even say for to speak, if you don't want to talk to a counselor directly and you think that, okay, they might be biased in some way or the other, then we go and do our own research. We go to Quora, we go to social media pages and try and find alumni. Alumni portals have been there for some time. But that one gap that we are talking about today is the peer-to-peer advocacy and the connection of technology there to make the best out of that. It's as simple as that. We are only tapping into, as Univisor, that one problem and making sure that the universities get the best out of that through our tool. And that is the space that we operate in. Okay, so that will be the whole premise of this session, and we would like to talk about the product there and how are we helping different universities in our previous 3 years of existence. So yeah, this is a quote which has already been there. I mean, this is what we discussed, that we are not we are past the phase where all the advertisements that we do, even the advertisements that we do, if we keep on just sharing the same information again and again, does not mean that we will get customers, does not mean that we will get the right customers in that space. Rather, what is more important nowadays is what the consumers among themselves are talking about. The whole review space, that's what we just discussed. So if we let's take back the parents, or let's take a step back from that, and let's talk about as business people here, as someone in the leadership role of a university. We are in a space, and personally from my experience as well, I have been on the university side myself, we are talking about a conversion percentage. Sometimes, say the best cases would be that, okay, 3%, 3.5% will be the industry rate. Okay, social media leads will be even low. It'll go as low as 1%, 0.5. In the case of international admissions, even lower. Maybe the Google ads will be slightly better because there is an intent already. So they might go to a 6% to 7%. So the whole idea is that, and we are absolutely okay with it. That is the irony of the situation right now, that despite spending so much onto the leads to acquire them, I understand that all the digital leads, there will be junk leads there. There will be a percentage of leads which will go to competition. There will be a percentage of lead which will be wrongly targeted. Despite that, we are losing out on 95% of leads in the education sector, so to speak. And that is not good from a business point of view. I mean, we are spending so much, and with the competition increasing, our cost per lead only goes high year on year. In fact, during the COVID times, we saw that because the competition digitally had increased, so we saw the cost per lead going even higher. So in such a case, how important does the lead nurturing process become, is for you to take a guess on. It's not a hidden fact that as leaders we have to ensure that our lead nurturing process becomes even more robust, that our lead nurturing process, the way we follow up with them, the way we communicate with them during that process, becomes even more important. And that is what this slide is about, to bring your focus towards the fact that you are spending, as the leadership in the education sector, a lot of money into procuring those leads, but what it is converting into, it might be good for your sales that year. Okay, even by converting 5 years, I have reached my target, I am okay with it. So maybe you don't have a problem, but there is surely scope for more growth. So don't just see it as a pain point, but also see it as a area of growth for you. That same 100 lead, which is giving you a 3.5 admission right now, can grow into a 4, can grow into a 5, can grow into a 6 for the same value of the leads, and give you better conversions. Okay. And while this slide is more about the entire market per se, the story is not very different when it comes to the education market. So if you look at the education market today, and I'll just now stitch back the whole story of what we are speaking to in about the peer-to-peer space, is that a lot of students right now, and more than ever, they want to connect with the peer before they take admissions. So most of those students who research well, who are the ones that we call that, okay, they interact a lot with us, they are looking to either make new connections, because coming out of 12th, going into the universities, and I'll focus on universities right now, because that is our primary target as well. And I'm guessing that most of you are from the university space. So they want to connect with the peers beforehand. They want to make new friends. And all of this now begins right after 12th or even before that. They don't wait for you to take admission and then they will come, then you will conduct an orientation program and then they will make connections. No, it has all now taken a step back, and with more and more communication tools being there, it has become way too easier, and more people are wanting to do it in a more profound, in a more proactive manner. So they are looking to make connections. They are looking, 67% of them are looking to seek guidance. I mean, from an employability point of view, most of during our times also, many people, especially in international market, I am in Dubai right now, and we used to get people from Africa or India from my past university. Most of the people who would speak to me, especially parents, the first question would be, okay, what is the placement scenario in Dubai? And I'm sure that most of you have gone through these questions all the time. Yeah. So about that, other questions will be about the campus life. Oh, how's the hostel there? Okay. Oh, are the canteens nice? How's the food there? In fact, I'll tell you a nice story. One of our clients right now, current clients, and it's Crescent. I'll anyways show their case study going forward. So a student from the northern part of India had taken admission in their college, and you would not believe it, that conversion happened because the student had asked the quality of biryani in their canteen. Okay, and it is actually a true story, because after a while, most of the universities are offering XYZ features, which are more or less the same. Many a times people don't have the eligibility or some other reason, or the budget part of it. But that admission happened because during their conversation with the existing students, the student was convinced by another student who was a peer that the biryani here is perfect, is brilliant. And if you come to this hostel, at least your food part will be taken care of. So that is the level to which nowadays the students are researching. And that is the level to which even parents, for example, they are concerned about the security of that place. They are concerned about the food at that place. I mean, yeah, exactly, Ankur. The biryani being the deal breaker there, or a deal maker in this case. So yeah, so this was one of the cases. I mean, and these are real cases we are talking about, or we are seeing around us. So our own market itself. So if we tap into this space, and if we digitize this, there is a lot to harness out of it for the universities, which will help them in lead nurturing, what we saw in the last slide, that our lead nurturing process can be made better by a small technological inclusion at this stage. And that in turn will give a lot of benefits to the universities. And of course, it's solving a problem where the parents, where the students who are actually concerned, and universities, we all know that it's a life-changing decision that the people make. So of course they are getting helped. Of course they are getting, there is a genuine problem being solved, that you don't have to fall into the trap of, and in our discussions in TOC, we have seen wrong counseling being done, or because of the commission structure, they send people to wrong area, wrong countries and stuff like that, where false counseling has been taken place. So those things, of course, it fights in some way or the other, because you will be able to talk to a peer. And I'm not saying it's completely foolproof anyway, but I'm saying while those things are getting taken care of, at the same time, the business part of it also gets taken care of, because the lead nurturing becomes even more robust. And I will show you how does Univisor help with that, help in that aspect. Yeah. So moving on, what exactly happens with Univisor? So what we are is, we are a technology company, of course, and we connect the prospects to the existing students or alumni through a simple app. It will be, of course, the profiles will be made available on the website itself. Okay, so whenever the prospect comes to the research, to do a research on your website, for example, I'll take an example of University A, and I'm a prospect who is researching between University A, B, and C. So a Univisor partnership will help you create a page there, and maybe just on the home page, you can have a tab saying chat with an ambassador. So I, as a prospect, will go to that chat with an ambassador tab, and I'll click on it, and I'll see a host of profile, which will be the student profiles made there. I will filter out based on my requirements. Say I want a BTech in computer science, and a third year student because I want to, or a fourth year student because I want to know about placements as well. Yeah, or someone from the hostel, or maybe a female student and not a male student. So like that, or maybe an international student. I'm international students inquiring about the University A. So instead of talking to a counselor, I got all my information from the website. So I want to just speak to a student. So what happens is that lead, after doing all the research, goes and lands into this portal page, which you see on the right side, where all the ambassador profiles are there, and they send a hello to that student with their query. The student gets a message on their app, which they would have downloaded. This is what we are facilitating. And they will answer with their meantime. It's asynchronous, so it's not like live chat, because students' life is different from a counselor's life. Counselors are available in a certain time, but students may have a different timeline altogether, or an exam timeline altogether. But by doing so, we are connecting through a simple app, through a simple portal. We are connecting the prospects directly with the ambassadors. Okay, and that is the whole premise of this product. That's it. That's all what we do. But again, it's not as simple as that. While the chat is there are insights, and data being the king, all the insights go to the university. So I'll just go walk you through the different features which are there, and what do they actually help with. So this is what I explained you, that okay, there is a prospective students living his or her life at the university, and there are a prospective student who is researching about the university, and the ambassador on the other side, and we connect both of them together through this app, where they can chat and get all their queries answered. This is one of the sample chat, and this is how it looks on their phone. So it's pretty simple. I mean, this space is already, live chat is already there, but it's for the counselors and stuff, and it's not asynchronous. But what we do is a little more than this, which I'll explain the further slide. So I just discuss all of this, so that okay, at each step what they will be doing is, because it is on the website, or it can be promoted through emailers, so you can connect at every step, or each and or a different step of the prospects journey. You can get the ambassadors to speak to them and help them out. So be it at this stage, pre-admission stage, where they have to research, or during the application if they want to take help from a student, or during enrollment or after the arrival also. So they can stay connected, no doubt, but we'll focus on the pre-admission part because most of us are business leadership here or are related to the business side of it. So yeah, what exactly are the benefits of using this and how do we help you with this? Okay, and in the next 3 slides, I'll be explaining you that. Number one is what exactly happens is once you are running through all your, so the portal is already there, and I'll tell you my experience of what we did with our leads when we were using it in the past, when I was not part of their marketing team, but at the university side. So all the leads that used to come to us through different funnels or different sources, each and every lead would then be directed towards the portal of Univisor, where all the profiles are already there, and we were very diverse in terms of what kind of students will be there. We had students from first year, second year, third year, going into the final year, or different courses, different schools, different country they were coming from, and all those leads will go through this. The port. We ensured that they all get emailers saying chat with an ambassador and get all your queries answered, or social media posts saying chat with an ambassador and know all about the life at your next university. So those kind of communication. And what eventually it did was, especially in case of international admission, we were at a 0.67% conversion. Especially in case of international admission, that 0.67 actually went on to 1.25, 1.3 in terms of conversion, because the students were able to get all their information about the place here, about the university through the students. So it was like hearing from the horse's mouth. So eventually what happened is my funnel looked much better. The nurture of the leads happened automatically. Eventually what happened, I was able to reach my target with lesser number of leads. So the overall cost per application reduced for me, and the cost per leads also went down. Okay. And because of this, what exactly was happening, my counselors were not spending as much time with the leads as they were previously, because they had an added advantage of having the students talk to them. And simple gestures, I mean, we just gave them sometimes movie tickets to or best someone who has actually converted, they will get benefit from the referral amount. Or if someone is chatting very well, even if it did not convert, we used to give them some college jerseys, or as I said, movie tickets and stuff. So like an extended hand to the admission team, the team of ambassadors were actually talking to the leads, and which helped us convert better numbers from the existing lead pool, because we were running them through this channel altogether. So this was the direct impact on the business: a reduced cost per lead and increased conversion percentage. These are the slides with CPL and CPS we keep talking about in all our review meetings, and they were immediate impacts that we have seen. And I will show you more results of how exactly it happened with our another university. Then comes the other, because I am from a marketing background, while we do sales sometimes, but my core is marketing. So this was more exciting to me and people who are from marketing point of view. What exactly Univisor does is all the chat conversations which are there, they through our backend, what we do is we do sentiment analysis around it. Of course, there are basic databases. Who are they coming from? What are the courses that they are looking for? What is the prospect talking about the most? But the sentiment analysis gave me an understanding of whether the conversation they are having are in a positive light or in a negative light. What are the key topics that they are talking about? And we were, through those questions and through those conversations, we were able to actually develop a content calendar for our blogs. Okay. And these insights we used to send to our digital agency, who used to get leads for us, and they will tweak the campaigns accordingly for certain regions, especially those which showed more traction to us. So these insights also helped me improved my campaigns in terms of the digital marketing activities that we were doing. And all in all, I mean, I think they were mostly interconnected, and hence the whole increase in the cost per acquisition, cost per lead, the conversion percentage, and the decrease in the cost per acquisition and cost per lead took place. So that was the second one. And the third part about this is, of course, while this is happening, in today's world, trust and transparency, they are very important, especially when it comes to brands. You need people who talk good about you in reviews, in testimonials. We are spending so much in video testimonials. So we all know the benefits of it, that trust and transparency it helps. If you notice the fifth point, it's very interesting, especially for those who are concerned about this, the leadership teams at least, improving the ranking and standing of in the NAC ratings. So our one of the partner universities, they have also benefited from this because it's a technology intervention in the admission process. So it directly impacts the score there because you show it as an improvement in your the whole tech space. So these are the other benefits. Now, one point I want to highlight here is that we are not just a tech product per se at Univisor, but we are a managed service. And what do we mean by that? Number one is we train your ambassadors. So we have something called Univisor Knowledge Academy. I won't delve too much into it right now because it's too early. We take care of the ambassadors. So we will do a training. We have a training program for them. They will get a certificate from us about being whether they are a good ambassador or not. So what they speak, how they speak, and stuff like that is taken care of. Of course, our chat window is profanity proof, so we take care of that and gets eliminated already. Number three, all the databases, all the data that we collect is absolutely secure. We are PwC audited already, so that is also taken care of. So the hygiene part of the tech is also taken care of. At the same time, we support you with some marketing. So when I'm saying that, okay, chat with an ambassador, mailer has to be sent with all those. So those mailers we will provide to the clients because we know that it's a new product and adoption stage is something where there will be some friction in the university and us. We don't want to leave the product just given to you as, okay, you implement and take care of it. No, we will ensure that you are succeeding with the product. So we will send you marketing collaterals. We will send you flyers and standees that you can use during your education fairs or when you are going to represent somewhere. So you can have on the side, when you're going for a seminar, so you can have a standee on the side which says chat with our ambassador and know all about your life at your next university. We'll give you social media creatives and stuff. So all those will be taken care of by us so that we have realized that, okay, adoption is the key in terms of technology, and we will be there at every step of this journey of making the life easier for both. I mean, having mutual benefits for both sides. So that is about the benefits of Univisor. Let me just see. Okay, so now coming to a real case of what exactly has happened with one of our partner universities, which is Crescent. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard about Crescent University. They are in Chennai. And so I will just walk you through the numbers of theirs and what they have achieved in the last 2 years of partnership with Univisor. And the best part about what exactly has, so they were into digital marketing already. Okay, and with a new team, with new spark, they were doing very well in terms of taking of building up the lead pool. But again, the problem came after a while. You are always looking at ways to grow, looking at ways to get more out of it, and looking at ways to how to nurture them even better. So what Crescent did was, and which is very interesting, they actually made it as a new avenue altogether. I told you previous case, right, where we used to get leads from everywhere, that then we'll pass it through the Univisor filter as well in our funnel. But for Crescent, what they did is they did not interfere with that channel at all. They they just trained the ambassadors at every point, helped them out with FAQs and ways to answer, including our training academy. So both of us. And at the same time, what they did was they did not interfere with that channel at all. But you will be surprised to know that they have done very well in terms of getting the best out of it. There were a group of 36 ambassadors that they were training all the time. After more than 2,500 unique conversations, so these are the leads that we are talking about. And these are 2-year number, by the way. I don't want to say it's an annual number. Last 2 years case study this is. And total conversation of almost 6,500. What they have achieved is very impeccable. They have done more than 150. It's actually 162 admissions in the last 2 years through Univisor channel alone. So that is the impact that we have created for university, which is one of the leading universities in not just Tamil Nadu but in India. So this is what they have achieved through creating a new avenue of admission altogether. So they were already getting leads on the website. This one they created as a new chat with an ambassador pool itself, and they did not interfere with it through the admission teams did not interfere with it. So it's pretty amazing what they have achieved through this. Now, what was the conversion percentage there? It was an impeccable 27% inquiry to application. We don't see such numbers. I'm not sure about the Tamil Nadu space or India space right now, but I have personally not seen such high numbers in terms of conversion percentage. And from an application to admission, and these are numbers given by them, application to admission, they converted 42%. I'm pretty sure most of you have met him during the Shulini retreat that you guys had. I'm not sure if all of you were there, but Mr. Ganesh was there, and he's the one who drove this whole campaign of Univisor, implementing them plus working on it for the last 2 years. And these are the research. And the best part about this is you see on the right most 2592 plus hours of counseling time saved. Now, this is the counseling time being saved for the admissions team. So the benefits are manifold, while of course the admission numbers are clear revenue. So yeah, Ashima, I have a list of partner universities. I'll just show it to you in the next slide. So those are the, yeah, exactly, Ankur. The number of counseling times saved, because so many times we just spend a lot of time on even disinterested leads, uninterested leads, or leads which at the last moment will not convert. So it is a major, and this calculation is very simple. We notice that okay, they spend 1.5 hour to 2 hour in a week, and that is what we extrapolated into this number over the last 2 years. So these are the savings on that, and thankfully, of course, after these numbers, we are moving into a third year of partnership with Crescent. Ashima, I think the next slide is what you were looking for. So we are pretty much done with, I'm pretty much done with the pitching part of it. So these are the universities we have. I'm yet to add Sharda here. I am pretty sure Varun will be here and he'll scold me for this. So I could not add the new universities, but Sharda has also from Delhi become a part of it. For more information, of course, you can go to our univisor.io website, and there are the recent universities also added. So these are the universities we are, which are in partnership with us. We are in India, of course, especially in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and now growing into the Delhi market as well as the Western India, which we will slowly start tapping. UAE is something that we are looking at, and yeah, hopefully, if you see Bolton is there. From UAE, Dubai campus, Manipal was of course there. SPJAN Dubai campus is also there. So yeah, these are the universities which we are growing. In fact, the most of the first year was a lot of pilot, including Crescent, but second year onwards is what we have now started growing into more universities and more partners as such. Ashima, I'm not able to understand. I'll take this question. I was on it, couldn't find. I'll take this question. I'll just finish this off, the slides, and then I'll address that question of yours. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I mean, we know. I think I've done some justice to. I hope I've done some justice to making you understand the problem per se, which is the gap that the technology and peer-to-peer has not been married well till now. Okay, there has been some effort. I'm not saying we are the only players. We are the only players in India, yes. There are a few more in the international space, but perhaps it will take some time for all of us to get into the universities like the CRM does in the current days. So yeah, I hope that it added some value. I'm open to questions. And
thank you.
Hopefully the bullock cart will not be used for this space anymore.
Thank you so much, Krishna. That was a wonderful presentation, and definitely you were able to identify the problem for the group and share how you are solving it. I mean, having led teams at Jindal and Ashoka, and especially admissions and outreach team, I mean, the slide that really caught my attention was number of counseling hours saved, because a lot of the times our counselors keep on reaching out to students who are no longer interested in our programs, not the right kind of fit for our programs, and we're not able to make sense of the thousands of leads that admissions office gets. So thank you for doing that. I'm sure we have many questions. I can see Ashima's hand raised. So Ashima, over to you for your question.
Hi there. Thank you so much, Ankur. Thank you for the presentation. It was lovely to know that somebody is actually working in this particular domain for colleges. My question, and I may be asking it again, and you would have addressed it. How does it really help schools? How can they use this particular platform for kids? Because a lot of times students and parents come to us and say whether this is a good university or not, because the whole process starts with applying to universities and then in numbers like 10, 12, 15, sometimes 20 even. But the actual time of selecting one particular university when they have their offer letters. So how does this particular platform, your platform, really helps them and eases our work? And also, how many universities do you really have right now? Because when I was looking at your website just now, I was not easily able to find the whole list of universities. That was my question. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that as the first feedback anyway, because I'm handling the marketing. So I'll take care of that. Number one, we are at a 35 plus right now in terms of universities. We have so what has happened in the last 3 years when we have actually started off. So we are talking about mostly Tamil Nadu and Karnataka state where we have actually functioned. Recently, 6 months ago, we have moved into the Delhi market, and that's why I made a point that okay, I mentioned Sharda also coming over as a prime universities from the north part. So that is what the growth is right now in terms of. So whatever we have received, we have 7 clients from Dubai that we are speaking about, and rest 23 to 30 is 22, 23 to 25 from the mostly South India, some from the North Indian part. So most universities are from that build. I will ensure that after what I'll do is we are in the group itself. I'll try and share and ask Ismail to just share some more information about the partner universities that we have after this call in the group itself. That is number one. Number two, coming to the university part, and I'll tell you what exactly happens, especially what we have seen from the Dubai market also. And I was speaking to some schools here and they had the same question: how do we use it for the schools? So universities in schools in Dubai per se, they have parents group where they speak a lot. I mean, especially because kids will not be using it. So what we just need to do, and this platform is not exclusive to, it's a tech platform. So it doesn't have to say student and alumni and student ambassador. So basically parent ambassador is something that we have implemented for one of the universities, where interested parents can also have their profile there, and the prospect parents can speak to them directly as well. So that is one way of connecting parent to parent or a student to parent as well, if they want to, or parent to student. So multiple cases can be done because the platform is completely flexible. So what happens is once you're clicking on the button, it says chat with an ambassador right now. So you can change it to chat with a parent ambassador from a school point of view. I'm pretty sure you get questions, as you mentioned that, okay, you get questions from parents saying that, how can you, I'm pretty sure that you get, can I speak to a parent or a child who is there already? So what you can do is the parent profiles can be created apart from the student profiles in case of schools, especially the primary schools. I mean, that will be a use case of this product there from a school point of view.
But what I understand is this is not helpful for schools as counselors. It's primarily for students to get in touch with college ambassadors.
It's peer-to-peer. We are not. We are. Okay, we are actually challenging that question. Okay, see, you can always make a chatbot, make it as a chatbot saying counselors also. So you can have a drop down saying, okay, chat with a counselor and use this product. No harm in that. And we are open to that. We are a tech company. Okay. I mean, we can say, make the same chat as chat with a counselor, right? But the whole idea is that but we don't want to get into that space. We are actually helping the students connect with students, peer-to-peer advocacy. We want to create a space where the students are able to talk to a peer and get information firsthand from the horse's mouth. Yeah, Ankur, I'm pretty sure you're saying the same thing, right?
No, I'm saying from Ashima's point of view, she's saying if as a counselor, how does she help her students make better informed career choices through Univisor, which I believe is her question, right, Ashima?
That's correct.
So I think, yeah, that's the question.
So I'll break it down. So I am going to have an Indian university fair, and we usually have separate fairs like, abroad universities and all. And somebody comes and asks, how should we compare the universities? What's the prospect? And you're giving all of these informations. But what you're saying is that you are a tech product based company where, students or parents need to sign up for your product, a service online and get that particular information. But what I'm asking is that vouching for a company to provide that information becomes quite a dicey situation for a school counselor, even for a stakeholder. I'll be very candid over here. So what I'm asking over here is, how do you have a system where the information is also shared with the counselors? Are we benefited with this in some way?
Okay,
No.
I'll just clear it out once again. This is not where parents come and sign up. Universities partner with us and have this platform on their websites, okay? And their profile of their students will be there. So what happens is, when a parent or a student is doing a research, when they go to the university, they chat with the student directly, okay? So it bypasses the counselors, number one. And by counselors, I'm meaning those who, the calling guys, the call center guys who are talking, okay? When it comes to counselors who are conducting fairs, for example, okay, or you are connecting different parents with different universities, right? Yeah, if you are partnering with Univisor, and you have many a times parents will say, okay, can you connect me to a student who has gone through you to a particular country, correct? So what you can do is, instead of doing it manually, you can use Univisor and have their profiles on this portal. It doesn't have to be on the website always. It can be a simple QR code also. So that portal will open with your students whom you have placed in different universities in the past. So when you are going for a new fair, you can say chat with students placed by me in the past, or something on those lines. I mean, I'm just and then they can connect with your student, and that conversion will help you in with more students to talk. I hope I'm clear here. What exactly is happening? You are spending into a platform which is helping your prospects connect with your previous student.
But that's already there. We have an alumni platform set it up. So sorry.
So
Fair enough.
I think we have a couple of other questions in the chat box. Pratham has asked, do you provide APIs to other service providers to integrate this with other offerings?
Yeah, you can connect it to, we provide the APIs, Pratham, and you can connect it with your other CRM. So if you have, say, for example, any no paper forms or any Salesforce, so the leads from here can also directly go there. So while your student ambassadors are speaking to the prospects, you can also run some parallel campaigns if needed.
Okay, any other questions anybody has?
Varun mentioned, yeah, KR Mangalam also. Yeah, Varun, thanks.
Perfect. I think that's about it. Just to sum up, the circle that we started with. I mean, and I'm going back to Vashima's question again and again, because I think being in that position as director for admissions at Jindal and Ashoka, I've worked a lot. So this is Univisor is a tool for universities to better connect with their prospects. So let's say I'm OP Jindal Local University. I am heading their liberal arts admissions. I get 1,000 leads. I have 1,000 students that say I'm interested in hearing from more from your student career counselor or career counselor, whoever it is in my admissions office. So I don't have a team which is big enough to talk to, let's say, 1,000 students. So I will have to filter out of those 1,000 students, maybe 200 most interested students in Jindal. And Univisor, if I'm using Univisor as a tool on my website, I can have my student ambassadors. So current students in Jindal who are already studying with us, maybe in liberal arts program, they will become our Univisor student ambassadors for Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities, and they will work like an extension of my admissions office. So these 10 students can go in and be available. So those students who reach out to them on the website automatically showcase and validate that these are strong leads for us in terms of talking to them, because they have themselves reached out to the students on our website and said, we want to know more about Jindal through a neutral perspective. I mean, students who have already been there. Yesterday in the group, I wrote, top 10 engineering colleges in NCR. And somebody said, go to Careers 360 ranking. And I said, I don't want to go by ranking. I want to hear from somebody who has been there, word of mouth. So some career counselor who has sent students to a university. So that is a more important feedback for me. So what Univisor is trying to do is give that validation of a student choice through word of mouth from current existing students. So it just does not become too salesy or marketing or ranking based admission choice. So something like he said, biryani became tea closer with students. These integrate things that no brochure will talk about. or a faculty member or the kind of major or what is that student life in that campus that only existing students can talk about. And this is what Univisor does. They help create this ecosystem through technology of having word of mouth going. So if I go to Ashoka's website, I will have students ready to talk to me right now. I think that's I wanted to add in. So I'll just quickly go back to Gishle for your last words. Before that, I would like to say my thank you and conclusion. Thank you so much for being here with us, Team Univisor, Gishle, for doing this wonderful presentation. I really enjoyed it. I have got to know more about Univisor than before this presentation. So thank you for you. All the best to Ismail and his family. I hope they have lovely, healthy baby coming their way soon. Best wishes to them. And yeah, I mean, thank you to TOCN for being here. Another wonderful session, asking, engaging, giving support to young entrepreneurs like Univisor. And that's our mission in TOC. I mean, give platform for everybody to connect, collaborate, and understand, what is going on in the higher education career counseling landscape. So thank you so much, everyone. Namaskar. Over to you, Kishle, for your last words.
Thank you so much, Ankur, and thank you so much for summarizing it so well. I mean, on behalf of Univisor team and especially Ismail, who was not able to join us here, I thank you all. Thank you all for this, for hearing us out. And yeah, we are here to solve a problem for the students, parents, as well as for the universities. So if from a business point of view, you want to get in touch with myself, Ismail, or anyone from the Univisor team, please feel free. And yeah, have a good weekend ahead. Thank you.